please try to maintain the stage. It is an opportunity. There are many others who are waiting, and the stream only allows around at most six participants, so that if you lost, maybe the other another person on the stage who are in waiting might take the opportunity, and it is very hard for us to remove anybody who is on the board with due respect and honor. Let me add it back like Mr. Mahbub there, he has went. Suleiman ameenda, akikosa chance shauri yake. Mr. So, wacha nirudisha so hosta kwanza kabla hatujaanza. Thank you, participants who are on the board. I can see everybody is a professional, and we're going to have our session in a respectful manner. Please. There is an echo. I don't know it's from who. Now we will give every participant a chance to talk or to give us his view on the topic, so that we'll back to question maybe in terms of views that were raised by others. Thank you, Mr. Kataga. What can you say about the topic?
Okay, Mr. Yusuf. Thank you for giving us this chance. And as you said, the topic is about why the deputy security has been removed. But according to me, the security has not been removed. That is just a normal change that happened in the security. It's not something that new. This has been happening many times. It's not something new to me. To me, it is just a change. Okay.
Mr. Ma'bub.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Yusuf. I'm very grateful to be associated with you guys. I thank you for this candid conversation in regards to DP security. And you know, the politics of Kenya, as we are seeing from the status quo, is all about preventing DP from vying for presidency. So, according to me, the main reason as to why DP security details have been withdrawn is to make him not to vie for or not to aspire for president. So, and it is very unfortunate that the government is denying him the fundamental rights, which is well enshrined in the Constitution. So, generally, I'm totally against it. It is uncalled for, and the government should reinstate the security of our deputy president. Let them respect the institution of the deputy president. So that is my opinion in regards to the topic as to what the reason as to why the security details have been withdrawn from the deputy president.
Thank you, Mr. Mahbub. There is also Mr. So and the Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Before we, Mr. So is there as a security specialist on our case. Let's get on Mr. Ahmed. Honorable Ahmed. Mr. Ahmeddin.
Please unmute him.
He can also unmute himself. I don't know why. Let me. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Mr. Ahmed? Malimaso?
I hope Mr. Ahmed is on board. I can see.
Yeah, he's on board, but we are not reaching him. Kindly take the stage.
Or,
In
or
order
will
for
I
us not to
or
waste
will I
time,
take over
maybe we
from
will
Mr.
let
Ahmed?
him put his things in.
Will I take over from Mr. Ahmed?
Yes. Yes. Yes, take over this chance. We will give him the next if we put the things in order.
Can you hear me
I
now?
think if I may comment on what was happening in my country, you are getting me?
Please. Who is this one?
Yes.
Mr. So,
Yes, Mr. Yusuf.
there is a noise. Continue, again.
I think when it comes to security issue,
Yes.
there are a number of factors that
Yes.
very much vital in security sector, and
Okay.
the current changes that was made in security detail of the president,
Okay.
the deputy president, is
Yeah.
the normal routine changes that used to be made by the interior ministry, and cannot it is not something that can worry and attract the attention of the entire nation. So sometimes also the issue of
Okay.
political interference also there. Sometimes changes in the is because of what is the political waves that is going on, and that should not be the case. It's not something that can worry people, because the office of the IG is an independent body within the executive, and he has that mandate to make changes in any security sector whenever you want to make changes without interference from the president. And that I think that's my view. Point taken.
Can you hear me?
Confirm. Confirm whether you can hear me.
We are okay. We are okay.
Yes, Mr. Yusuf.
Yes, Mr. So I can get you well.
So the whole issue is the issue of what is making people to be worried is the political trend that is going on nowadays. But anyway, the IG office is independent; they can make changes. And one thing that I used to know about yes.
But continue. Walimu. Participant, there is somebody listening the session from another gadget. Kindly mute that gadget, please. أبونا أستاذ أحمدين.
Yes, can you hear me?
Ahmadin, take the stage.
Can you hear me? What's not happening with my audio?
Yes, sir.
Malam,
Yes, Ahmadin.
can you hear me?
Yes.
So you can hear me well now.
In the host. Get in the host. مساء الخير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام. But there is somebody whom we are not getting each other here. There is making commotion. I'm fine.
I can see the program is getting well, man. We are listening to Mahmoudin. I don't know what's wrong with his mic.
Yes, there is something he has left. That's why we have no commotion. He has something wrong with his mic. Mr. AK.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. What can you talk or what can you tell us about why the DP security has been withdrawn? The reason behind why the security of the DP has been changed or withdrawn. That is the GSU unit, the special unit. Not like or it is above you.
What is happening? You are not getting anything.
Kuna mtu tunapatia chance na hawaongei.
Hello.
Mr. Kataga.
Yes.
I think those who have commotion, they have left. Take over, Mr. Kataga.
When he says that there are some people who are trying to stop the DP from vying, as you have seen, the deputy president has started campaigning almost 3 years ago, and has not even finished his term, and the Never.
Nakupata.
The deputy president has the guts of replying to the president of this country. He's doing nothing. He's not in his office. He has turned his current home into a church where he meets people from different parts, different groups every day. I think even Kenyans don't have enough security. Even me, I'm a Kenyan and I'm guarded by nobody. But him is now guarded by over 70 administration police. I think you don't have to choose between GSU and the AP because both are security. Okay, thank you.
But the security to the deputy president, is it a privilege or right?
The security, it is the office that has right, that security. But the guy is not even in office. He has been literally out of office the last 3 years campaigning. And it's like he has to know otherwise but to resign. That's
What
according
made
to me. Yes. Yes, please,
resign?
you say it? He has to resign simply because he's
But
not doing
well,
his work. We have
is
overburdened
it
Matiangi.
a privilege or why are you saying?
Mr. Yusuf, sir. Maybe to respond to what
Why
Mr.
you have
Mahmoud is saying.
Yes, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah. You know, he told us that the deputy president is not in office. All these shenanigans was caused by, you know, the president and the cabals around him. And, you know, it is very unfortunate. Remember, the deputy president was elected just like Uhuru Kenyatta. And it's all about the sovereign of the people, the power of the people. He is in the office courtesy of the people. And remember, we all as Hakalas, we are behind the deputy president. If the government will not protect him, we are going to protect him as, you know, the mammoth of the Hasalat. Now, it is very unfortunate that the government deny him the fundamental rights. I repeat, the rights which are, you know, enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution of 2010. Depriving the deputy president's rights is just the same as depriving his right to life. Remember, the right to life is paramount. Now, he has a right to be given security. There's no reason as to why my friend tell us that he needs, as you as who? You are just a mere Kenyan citizen, just like any other Kenyan citizen. The deputy president is in his own capacity. Can you respect that, you know, position?
Mr. Yusuf, I think you should not allow this speaker undermine me as a citizen. You should not allow that. This debate should not continue. He has to apologize.
No,
he has to apologize, my friend, for undermining me as a citizen.
Let him conclude his statement. Let him conclude his
apologizing for what, sir? Listen, every state officer. Every state
officer he has to apologize to me as a voter. He has to know that the deputy president is in that office courtesy of my vote.
No problem. Let's for him. No problem. Let's hear.
Remember, he's in the office
Mr.
just because of the Hazalat. Yes, yes.
Kindly order, please, order.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Kataga, stay interrupted. Stay interrupted. And absorb what you want to say. So, Mr. Mahbub, conclude your point. Mr. Mahbub, conclude your point.
Yeah. Okay, all I have to say is the deputy. Hello.
Yes, tunakupata Mr. Mahbub.
Yeah. I'm just saying the security of the deputy president.
Mahbub, wait, please.
Okay.
Mahbub, hold on. Mr. Ahmadin, Honorable Ahmadin, there is something wrong with your side because we are getting echo from when you enter. We are getting too much echo.
Can you hear me first?
Please.
We have resumed.
Yeah, we get
I can see we have resumed. I can see also our friend Mr. Ahmedin is on board.
Can you hear me, please?
stay
I
muted,
think
Mr.
the issues
Ahmadin.
of security is something which is very, very important and vital to our country. Mr. Ahmedin, I think you hear me.
Yes. Yes, you can get us. Continue.
The issue of security is something which is very, very. The issue of security is something which is very, very important. And since memorial, the office of the the presidency, both the deputy president and the president is guided by a company of a GSU company, which is completely attached to the deputy president and the president. And there's what is worrying. What is worrying the Kenyans is the redeployment of the G company, which is attached to the president and the deputy president, to any other to the field. And I think, and that is what that is the mandate which has been given to the IG.
Mr. So hold on. I think you have got sketchy. We are not getting you clear.
Hello, say King. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Ahmadin.
So you can hear me now.
We can hear you, but there is still an echo. Once you turn on your mic, there is an echo from your side.
So there is no any other activities going on here. So I don't know what's the problem.
Yeah.
Continue. Sawa, take the stage.
So is there a breakdown in my voice?
Yes.
someone respond, please?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we are getting you. We are getting you.
So loud and clear now.
Clear.
Okay, thank you guys for having me. I think this issue of deputy president security details withdrawn. We can call it with so many names. You can say deputy president security details withdrawn, changes in the DP Ruto security change, whatever you can call it, whatever you want. But the fact is, this is politically motivated. These are political moves.
بغير unapata.
I'm getting far.
So I can go on.
Yes, continue, please.
Yes. But
So there is nothing normal about this situation. If we are calling these things normal, I think we are taking it too far. So I don't think there is nothing normal about changing the security detail of the deputy president. I don't think any of us can remember when the last time when was the security details of the deputy president of this country has been changed. If it's a normal routine, there was no proper communication from the concerned authority. They didn't give out any clear clarification if there was a threat detection. What I believe is that the security details that's attached to the deputy president was equally sufficient for him from the start. So now that security has been changed, now they are saying they have changed it with the EP. There is nothing normal here. It's just a political move, of which I'm sure the person behind this I don't want to mention more, of which I'm not sure. I cannot say somebody is behind this, but we all know it's politically motivated, in other words.
right.
So there is nothing that normal about this situation. And,
ممكن كايو. ممكن
and I
كايو.
think you can hear me, please.
Ahmadi mix kupati hata moja. I just let it continue because others are getting you.
So the like of Mwalimu Kataga, you can hear me. I think there is something wrong with my audio. So the only person I can see is responding to my gestually respond I'm getting from Abdurrahman. Is it Abdurrahman Abdunur?
I'm hearing you, Honorable. I'm hearing you very well.
So the host, Mwalimu Yusuf is not even hearing a bit of what I've just said.
I can see the host is not using earphone.
Mr. Kataga moderate.
Okay, Ahmadin, you can continue. I'm getting.
So at the moment, there was no clear clarification given about the authority concerned, whether there was a threat detection, the failure of the security details that was attached to the DP, that they failed to contain the threat.
Yes, the question I'm asking, whom are you blaming this on?
Of course, the person responsible, for deploying security details to the executive and to the other, to the member of parliament, to the legislatures, to the judiciaries, these are the people you know with the security details. They are person responsible for this work. You understand? So in other words, if we are calling this situation normal, I think we are just turning blind eye on this matter, and of which we all know this is a political move. And this guy and the DP is a one army man as of now. So there will be a scholarly interpretation of theories surrounding these changes in security details of the deputy president. Everyone will interpret. There will be a scholarly interpretation. Everyone will interpret in his or her.
Okay, thank you. Let me pass the mantle now to Mr. Abdikhair. Please give us your opinion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kataga, the host, Mr. Yusuf, and
Mr. Yusuf, can you hear now, Mr. Abdikhair? You can take over from me.
Okay. Yes.
and Mr. Madina, who is also adding views to the discussions tonight. Thank you very much, all of you. From that, I'm hearing that I am getting the point, why did Ruto security withdraw? And that is an obvious question, and everybody knows that the DP is politically active. Is politically active in this nation. And due to that, I am passing maybe DP, and almost all people knows, and all the nation knows why the DP Ruto has been gone. Because simply the question is, he is politically active. He has taken the power before he has been elected as a president. Because most of the nation's peoples loved his words, the movement he formed. Maybe it is because of this movement that is formed, that is the Hustler Nation that is formed, that can make maybe convince the two allies, that is the President Ruto, the President Uhuru Kenyatta, and Raila Odinga, who have come together to handshake just because of him. And number two is just because of that, because he's a politically active, they want to threaten or they want to frustrate him from doing his campaign, or from doing his campaign, or from continuing with his Hustler Nation. And the DP also, he also has human hearts. Maybe he has some humanity for this nation. He sees what is far, that some of the nations, some of the tribes, maybe some of the people, they are not. Some of the people are not. They are not gaining. While others are gaining. Look at this President Uhuru Kenyatta. He's our president. Maybe one day he's a good friend of DP Ruto. He promised him that after 10 years he will accompany him to the State House. But now that the 10 years is over, now that Ruto has taken him, he has just fulfilled the promise. Now he want to jump him. He take the political somebody who is in the opposition leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, who has never joined the government. So in that case, I think as a Kenyan, I have a point to add, and my views to be added. And this is a good opportunity that I have to utilize it, to give out my views over the DP, and the only reasons as to why the DP security has withdrawn. He is politically active. He has CIFA. He can fight for the hustlers, people who has been affected. That is all, nothing else. And number two, they want to frustrate him, but the DP has never been frustrated. He cannot frustrate an state. Even the people who are following, no, just one, please. Even the team of Raila Molodinga, like Orengo, even they said just bluntly yesterday. He just wrote on the Twitter, just saying that we are just campaigning this guy indirectly, giving him up and leading him to office without him not even campaigning for himself. That is obviously true. Ruto has never. The DP is not even tattered, or he cannot even fear about that. His politics is just direct to his agenda. He cannot attack anyone, and that is obvious. I'm sure with this and with the Hustler Nation, with this heart, the DP will be taken to the office directly without even unopposed. He's unopposed for sure. So that is all about my views.
Okay.
Yes. Any question?
Mr. Yusuf, I request to reply for Mr. Yusuf. Mr. Abdikhair.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not getting.
Yes. Mr. Yusuf, can I go ahead?
Yes, continue.
Yes, Mr. Yusuf.
Continue, Mr. Kataga. I can see you want to crossfire. Continue.
Mahbub, are you hearing? Are you hearing? Mahbub?
Yes, yes. Carry on.
Are you there? Mr. Abdikhair, first of all, you are pointing a flattened finger to His Excellency. You are not getting me.
Yes, I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
Yes. What of now?
You are okay.
Can you go ahead? You are not
Are you
talking to
getting?
yourself. You are hearing.
Yusuf?
Yes.
Continue. We are getting you.
It's like
Continue.
Abdikhair
Continue.
is
Don't
pointing
ask
his
for the
fingers
second
at
thought.
His Excellency, the retired Prime Minister, as if the Prime Minister, His Excellency Honorable Raila Odinga, is in the government now. Yes. Yes, Mr. Abdikhair, you say that the deputy president is an honest person and very kind, because you see him giving out handouts in millions to churches every Sunday and Saturday. And lately today on Twitter, there's a hashtag that is trending on title Wash Wash. That is how people are taking the money from the government, then purifying it using different ways. One of the ways that these people are using is the church. One of the ways is the use of clubs and many other things that.
Okay.
Okay. That's what you call kindness. Is this man, Honorable Ruto, is a demagogue. He's a corrupt. He has involved in many corrupt cases. He has involved in many cases of killing. We remember, I can name 1, 2, 3, starting from Baby Pendo to, what do you call that, IBC guy? And you also say that the Honorable Kenyatta has promised him to take him to the White House. Yes. But after realizing that the guy that is holding his hand and taken to the White House is a thief, he decided to abandon him and move with the correct person, that is Raila. In 2022, I think Raila Omolo Odinga will be elected as early as 9 a.m. and your corrupt guy will go home.
Thank you, Mr. Kataga.
me
the
just
host and the moderator also.
kindly
I
just
respond to
I
him.
have to contribute.
Mr. Yusuf,
I am
I was
Mr.
just kindly
No, no, Mr. Mahbub and then Ahmeddin.
Yeah. Thank you.
okay. I just
Now,
want to respond on his first.
Mr. Mahmoud Kataga, he was talking about, he was totally against the deputy president giving money to the churches. Remember, the money given to the churches is just in form of sadaka,
Yeah,
and he should not use that as a way of maybe calling a deputy by names.
and those people
He
are also
said that
hustlers.
the deputy, he said, just a minute, he said that deputy president has been implicated in different corruption cases. He
And
also told us
assassination.
that he's a murderer.
Yeah.
How I wish these videos is recorded and you use it as an evidence. Maybe you use him as one of the witnesses in court to tell us that maybe the deputy, maybe he has a lot of information. He gave us a detailed information about how the deputy president has killed. Those things are shenanigans, and we don't listen to such as such. Number two, as we know, the deputy president home is in Sugoi. Despite being the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya and he's entitled to his allowances and salary, the guy is a real hustler. He has started his hustling from zero while he was, very young, from Eldoret in Sugoi. He's a poultry farmer. You can even go to maybe Oscar Sudi's wall to see how the deputy presidents earn a living from poultry. So he generally is a farmer. He gets all his wealth from farming activities. Majorly, he depends on poultry farming. So let him not use that as an scapegoat, Mr. Mahmoud. Just you told us that the Raila Amolo Odinga will be sworn in, by 10 a.m. or will clinch the position of the presidency by 10 a.m. So that one could not be a case. This time round,
Mr.
the deputy
Mahbub,
president, yes, sir.
I want to assist you with an evidence that this is a real hustler man. This is his background, eh?
Yeah. That is just a representation, a grammatic representation of the hustle, eh?
No, that photo.
Can you
No,
say?
my
Now is
friend, there's some
that
interpretation of that
that
photo that I will interpret later, okay?
we don't want an interpretation. Sometimes,
Continue,
Mr.
Mr.
Yusuf,
Mahbub. Continue. I was just wanted.
as a moderator,
Yes.
I'll just request you not to be maybe one-sided. That's just my request, eh?
Not one-sided, but I must say some. Okay, so
Okay. Now, all in all, this thing called hustle narrative is real, and the economic model being brought to the Kenyan citizen by the deputy president and his groups is the real game changer, eh? And it is time for us to embrace, and it is time for us to liberate this country from the merchants of impunity. Nowadays, Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, they are brothers. They are using BBI to take the position of the president. We as hustlers will not allow that to happen. Maybe let that one happen in any other part of the African countries. So I rest my case. Thank you.
Mr. Ahmadi,
You can hear me.
and we don't see a scenario where 10 versus 1 on the show.
Why don't you welcome me back?
Eh? We'll get back to you, Mr. So Mr. Ahmadin, take over.
Can you hear me? Anyone, please?
Continue, Ahmadin.
So you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, I thought we are here as a neutral party, but what I'm seeing here is people taking sides. Anyway, we are here to shed our unsolicited thoughts on this matter of national security, concerning the DP. So as for me, I'm a neutral party. I'm not associated or affiliated with any political party so far. I will be just giving out, my sincere thoughts on this issue. You can hear me?
Yes. Yes, continue.
Yeah. So far, you know what's happening to the deputy president. It has already happened to his allies. Their security details withdrawn, being charged with some ghost cases, some ghost corruption cases. These are all political intimidations. These are just political moves. So far, the deputy president, this situation, in one way, it's playing out, to his advantage. If we are to consider his, security as an ordinary citizen of this nation, it might affect him. But politically, if we look at it from the political point of view, it's kind of helping him. He will be, in a very much sympathetic position. People will likely to sympathize with him, and in the process, he will likely to win more hearts. Daguerre.
Uh-huh. You are
So
getting
without forgetting, this man, there is high possibility, high chances of him ascending to the highest office in this republic. If you are to do a fact check with his competitors, he is most likely to ascend to the power. So at the moment, what is happening is, frustrating his camp, trying to, to test so many options that is disposal at his competitors. They have so many options, to frustrate the DP. But you see now they are using one method after another to see if there will be any success. So far, it's backfiring. And as a matter of fact, the president, he doesn't make, just wake up and make irrational decisions, his own decisions without consultation. Largely, the president depends on the national intelligence decision report. That is report. He uses the report from the national intelligence to make decisions. So whatever will likely to inflict harm on the second in command, that is the DP, they will advise the president against any move that will inflict harm on him, because there will be unnecessary tension, and the president will not leave a good legacy behind. So as of this moment, I'm sure the deputy president is safe. The executive, they are just frustrating him. These are just political games. If this security issue, will frustrate him, and they are trying to find loopholes in his political games. That's what they are doing. And if in case he plays, his many cards at his disposal, he makes a slippery decision, and try to react negatively on this matter, it will even psychologically affect him. But so far so good. The man is there's a reason as to why he calls himself a hustler. So on this issue, I don't think it's of much concern. You see, it's been 2 days now. The situation is calm. And the DP and the situation, the situation has gone back to normalcy. So we are living in a very funny, country, but the political of yesterday is different of political of today. See, if we try to do a fact check on the history of the political history of this country, there was a time, when the DP or the oppositions in this country, they were detained. They were subjected to all forms of torture. And thanks to the 2010 constitution, you see now we are enjoying, its benefits. People, man around, they move freely. There's freedom of speech. They express their views. There are no more political detainees. So at the moment, the DP.
Takataka unapata?
Hello.
What's wrong, Bana?
I'm only hearing.
I have muted him.
Oh, please welcome Mustaso. Mustaso, are you there?
Yes. So, Mr. Sadim, hold on. Mr. Aso, take the stage. And please, brief. Be brief.
I'm ready.
In brief.
I will be brief.
Please.
I will be brief. I think if I came back to the audio and talk the session that we are talking about, the deputy president is just an attention seeker. Eh? He's creating an attention out of the changes that was made by the IG. And this is one way of looking for a political mileage. And as a principal assistant to the president, the manner in which the deputy president is behaving is not pleasing. It's not pleasing. And we as a Kenyans, we need to condemn. We need to condemn the deputy president, whatever the behavior, whatever that is showing the Kenyans, it's not something which is good. And it's only in Kenya where the deputy president, who is the principal assistant to the president, is totally opposite the president in all his developmental agenda. Whenever the president said A, B, C, D, the deputy president is there always to oppose. And we don't expect development in such an arena. I think what he's doing is just looking for a way of gaining power. And I believe if he ascends to power, I think he will be messing everything. He will be messing everything. And I personally, I don't support him because if he is as a deputy president is part of the government, and he is the one who's condemning the government every now and then, there is no way we can go ahead and support the person who, if he has failed to deliver right now to the people of Kenya.
Yes.
Yes. You are getting me?
Yes.
So what the deputy president is doing is not the right thing. I think if you look what is going on in Kenya today, the president of the Republic of Kenya has unable to deliver the promise that he has promised Kenyans, just because the second in command is always opposite to the development that has been put in place by the government. And I think currently you see Matiang'i and his team are the one who is running. In fact, Matiang'i is nowadays the chairman of the Government Development Implementation Committee, a place that is supposed to be held by the deputy president. While the deputy president is busy going around the churches and everywhere and campaigning, doing political gathering in this era of COVID-19 without even regard for the COVID-19 protocols. And it is something that we need to condemn. I think for those of us who are supporting the DP, I think we are doing the wrong thing. We are doing the wrong thing, though politically we have not reached where we're supposed to be. Even ourselves, as a Mandela community, we have not yet decided. But I think we, as Mandarians, we rather support Raila Odinga, who is the father of devolution, because if you look at Mandera town today, you see there is a lot of development. Raila is the father of devolution. He is the one who has brought the issue of devolution. And when going to Ruto, there is no any constitutional changes that was brought by William Ruto. Only that what is an opposer. Is an opposer. I think we need to think twice. We need to think twice, and going back to drawing board and think about the future of this country. If we really want to be this country to be prosperous. If we want the country to prosper, we need to think twice and then make the right choice. I think that's my view. The normal changes that was there, and what the G company can do, even the Ruto government building can do. And I believe those of us are people of us who have been trained to handle all matters of security issues. And if the change was made, and then that cannot be, I think, issues of discussion. It cannot be a topic of discussion. Is it a way of creating, looking for sympathy votes from others who are innocent people? I think that's my view, Mr. Yusuf.
Oliver,
Thank you. Yes.
if you may,
Yes,
I would
Ahmed.
like to, to share my thoughts on the use of my roster.
Mr. Kataga, are you getting Mr. Honorable Ahmeddin?
No, no, no.
I'm not even getting well, eh? Mr. Honorable
How
Ahmeddin,
about Rob?
be a bit audible.
You can hear me.
Can I come in? Can I come
Sorry.
in, please? Can I come in?
Yes, Mr. Kataga.
Where's my friend Mahbub? I want to have a reply for him. Where's my friend?
Please,
Mr.
Mr.
Yusuf,
Kataga.
the
Mr.
speaker
Kataga.
here, Mr. Mahbub, was
Mr.
telling
Kataga.
us. Yes,
Once, please.
yes, yes.
For those of us who are online like Mr. Mahbub, let's
Okay.
have the video. Let's have the video come appearing because we are distracting the audience. When you are there without an image, we are distracting the audience. Please put on the video camera.
Yes, come in, Mahbub, come in.
I'm following.
Video, show us yourself.
Video, put on. Yes, now we are good. Yeah, let's.
Yes, Mahbub was telling us that William Ruto is an hustler. But my question is, how can you tell us someone who fly from his home in Karen to Kajiado with a chopper, someone who goes from his office in Harambe House to his home in Karen using a chopper, you are telling us that it's an hustler? How can you tell us someone who can borrow 15 billion from Equity Bank in a day is a hustler? Those things that you are talking about, the chicken farming and the hulabalo you are talking about is just a wash. If you don't understand what we mean by wash, it's where these people steal from the government, then they pretend to be investing in farming. But what you don't know is that they are just washing that money. They are just purifying, in another way, that money. You cannot tell me Ruto is an hustler, where he has more case than any other Kenyan in court, including the highest court in the world, that is the International Criminal Court. You know what happened to the witness? My friend Miguna is a living testimony. You have seen Ruto himself telling us that he's responsible for anything that will happen in these 10 years that he and his brother, his former brother, Uhuru Kenyatta. What are you telling us now that in these 10 years they have done nothing? Where are the promises? What happened to it? He is here opposing the four big agenda. The latest bill, he just told us that he don't support the president in doing A because he want to do B. Just Mahbub, you say that William Ruto is a teetotaler. How? If I give my opinion on this.
Can I respond?
No, please, a minute. My opinion on all these things is that William Ruto is not the right man for this country, and he should not look for a cheap sympathy whereby a system, the government has just decided to tighten his security by those men who are guiding the officers, the administration police, are even more trained than the GSU. In fact, the government is trying to tighten its security because this man is already fearing. He's just fearing. He's just running away from his shadows. Is this not the guy who was trying to travel with Aidin as terrorist to Uganda? Is it not the same man? I rest my case. And you, as Mahbub, you should not follow this guy blindly. You have to think twice, because I am very sure in 2 to 3 years coming, you will come and cry in front of me, regretting that the other guy, the chicken guy, has betrayed me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kataga. Mr. Mahbub, please reply suitably.
Okay, thank you very
Let
much.
me chip in, please.
You know what my friend has just insinuated. He was just telling us all about how the government of today is depriving the rights of the DP. Now he told us about maybe different corruption cases. Maybe I appeal to him to cite a case where the DP has been implicated in corruption. Maybe he went to the court and reprimanded. Number two, he was telling us about the chopper and all those hula balloons revolving around the DP. Remember, the DP's capacity itself, he is a DP in capacity, and he can use any chopper because he earns from the government coffers. It means he can get any chopper, he can canvass any place around the world. Now, the guy is just condemning the DP because he is the only candidate. There's a likelihood that, as my friend Mr. Mohammadin have said, that the government, his friend Uhuru Kenyatta, is doing all means and ways to make sure that the DP will not get into the ballot. But he has used all the means and ways. But eventually, the DP himself, the whole world, or even, in fact, he got a lot of support from, the leaders from other part of the world. The economic model was supported by the current president of the US, Joe Biden. Can you imagine? And the way I said, the model is a game changer. Let's embrace this economic model, and let's elect him as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. And I am very sure, I'm pretty sure that he will uplift the majority of the hustlers. And the Constitution of Kenya stipulates that everybody has a right on this earth. The DP is one of the person protected by Kenyan Constitution of 2010. His rights to be given security should not be used as political gimmicks. Now, withdrawal of security means infringing the rights of the deputy president. So I appeal to Matiang'i and the cabals to reinstate the security of the deputy president. Now, why to cause a lot of trouble? They tried, they implicated some of his close allies in corruption cases. They failed. Some even faced dismissal. A lot of stories. They have tried him, this enough is enough, and it is time for Kenyans to protect the DP, and rest assured, will put us on record for those of us who support the DP, and we're going to clinch the power. And remember, power vests in the people, and this is a democratic right, democratic country, and it is the democracy that governs all of us. So, Mr. Mahmoud, don't be blindfolded. Just follow the hasala. So, thank you.
Mwalimu,
Yes.
so I may proceed with.
Now you are audible. You are okay, Mr. Ahmadin. Please, in 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I think I will have my final thoughts on this issue.
Okay.
I would like to respond to Mwalimu Bosta and then Mwalimu Mukataga. Then my thoughts. Anyway, number one, what Mwalimu Bosta said, that was looking for sympathy. But what Mwalimu was not telling us is that it was not the DP who created the crisis or the situation of this security saga now. So as the young, people of this country, we need to tell each other the truth. And we don't need to follow, this
Mr. Mahbub and Mr. Abdulghair, please come back with your video. Please. You are distracting the audience.
politically.
Okay, Ahmadin, continue.
So as I was saying, the DP was not the one who was behind this security crisis. We all know that the rule of the law, is to everyone. So there was no sense of truth in what was Mwalimu Bosta was saying. Actually, I didn't agree with it, but that was his opinion, and so to say, respect it. And as for Kataga, I would like to enlighten you on a few things, because we are not here to associate ourselves with any political, parties, or we are here as a neutral party. It is the same applies to Mwalimu Mahbub. We are here just to give, our unsolicited views on this matter. But when Mwalimu Kataga was saying, everything Mwalimu was saying, there is no fact behind it. No, there is no truth. The people who were hunting the any truth. If the DP is not operating from a different government. The member of the parliament, the judiciary, this is one government. We are one country. So if you are telling me the guys is stealing from the government and these guys, they are not aware. So that means there is a ghost government you're not aware of. So my view is that there is absolutely, I respect your opinion, of which it's okay. We can say, to make sure we bring down, people we don't like politically, or we don't want to associate ourselves with, whatever it was. You have the right. You have the right to make choices. That's the right that is being there in the constitution. But I think we need to be careful on how we say things, because it might come back to you in a way that you will be surprised in the end. So you cannot call someone guilty unless
What's wrong? What's wrong, the host? Is that a break or what?
I think the show is about to end.
I think
So we are okay now. Was that
Yes.
a warning that the show is about to end?
Or
No.
a break, maybe.
It was your countdown. It was your time countdown.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
You are
Oh,
done.
really? Me that I was on a time frame. You never told me
Yes.
that.
Yes. I told you in
Okay.
3 minutes, but no problem. Conclude.
So just give me one.
Oh,
Just give me one or two more, please. I know it's late.
you want to speak, huh?
So as I was saying, if actually the DP is stealing from the government, then he has accomplices. People who are with him. They are aware of what he's doing. The issue of getting a loan from the bank. All those are just allegations. There is no proof there to make it regardless. So on our end, as the youth of this country, what we are supposed to do is to advocate for a peaceful nation. We need to have. There is a general election coming. We need to have a peaceful election. Political people will remain
Okay.
as brothers and sisters, as an ordinary citizens, doing our daily witch hunt, hunting on a daily basis. So this political difference doesn't have, to create animosity between us. So at our personal level, let's try to have, kind of peaceful engagement at our personal level. But whatever is happening in the country, it's all about politics. We have seen it before. It comes, it goes. There is no permanent enemies. There is no permanent friends in politics. Tomorrow you may see a
Let's
coalition
conclude.
between the.
Can Ahmadin
So
conclude.
thank you for having me. So that just my thought. I wish you a very
Thank you, Mr.
I wish
Ahmed
you guys
Din.
I wish you guys
He
good night.
has given a
Bye
response
bye.
to Mr. Kataga. He has given response to Mr. Kataga and Mr. Aso. And also, Mr. Abdulkhair, he has given us his views. And now, shall
I
we,
just want to add more.
Mr.
Shall we
Aso?
conclude?
Mr. Aso, you
Can
can
you wait?
conclude for us, please, so that we
Yes,
can close the show.
yes.
Yeah, so 2 minutes, 2 minutes, you and Mr.
I
Abdulkhair, so
think
that we.
I would like to thank all of us who are on board discussing this important national issue. And I think one thing that I want to remind you is that the deputy president was trying to bring the politics of dynasty, and I think all of us can remember very well. We are Australian, and we can remember very well what has happened in somewhere 1990s in Rwanda that caused the Rwandan genocides. I think that once, if you remember very well and follow on the history, so many people have died as a result of people committing as per the classes. I think, and it is very, very unfortunate that our deputy president was trying to bring the politics of dynasty between the rich and the poor. And in real sense, if you look at even the followers, majority of the followers of the deputy president was just trying to gain momentum of, and is looking for a way of gain power. And if we bring it like that, if all follow up like that, I think there could be massive action in the car. And because of that, we might not support him on the policies that is moving on. More on that, Kenya is a democratic country. Everybody can go and look for presidency. So long as when you are looking for these things, you do it in a peaceful manner, without causing destruction, without making incitement to others. What we are trying to avoid is a political incitement that may cause disharmony in our country, because our country is one of the best countries to be living, and we know most of the countries that are experiencing political instability, and we don't want our countries to go on that way. And that's why we are trying to avoid what we call politics of dynasty. And for those of us who are supporting the issue of dynasty, I think it is high time for us to think twice, so that we can save this country from what has happened in the past. Because our forefathers have struggled to bring us this far. And then if you return back this country to where it is before 1963, then it is something that is very regrettable. Those few remarks, nasema asanteni sana, karibuni, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. So. We are
I think
very
over.
grateful for that information. Mr. Abdulkhair, what do you want to say?
Thank you very much, Mr. Yusuf. I have just listened to.
Mtu ya baba anasema anataka kumalizia mtu ya baba.
Yes.
Kataga. Mtu ya baba.
Atamaliza. So I just want to ask questions regarding to the DP. No, regarding to what Mr. Kataga said. Mr. Kataga just is all about, he's thinking about that Mr. DP is as if he is corrupt. How come the DP is corrupt, and yet they are working in the same office with the Uhuru Baba? I think I'm asking. I have only one question. During 2013 elections and 2017 elections, these two term Uhuru Kenyatta has go through. Do you expect, or do you think that Uhuru Kenyatta succeed in this 2 term to the office without DP? Do you expect? Yes. Do you expect Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, the despot Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga? Let me just leave Baba here.
Stop it there.
The despot. Yes.
Stop it there.
So,
Stop there. Acha there you wait. Matusi
no,
wachana
I'm
naye.
just talking about.
Mr. Kataga.
I'm talking about. Yes.
Mwalimu Kataga.
Without.
Ma.
Kama amelala.
Anasinzia.
Amelala.
Mr. Kataga, Mr. Mahmoud. Mr. Mahmoud. Mr. Yusuf, can you call Mr. Muhammad to answer the question?
If I respond to my friend here, that is Mr. Abdikar.
Yes.
He's asked 2 questions. The first one being, how come Mr. Ruto is a thief? Secondly, how or was Ruto a very important factor in the election of Uhuru Kenyatta 2013-2017? If I answer the first question, Ruto is has been accused lately. He has been named in that scandal of Arun Aidin. Me and you know. I will not talk about that. Just yesterday, some committee of the parliament has just summoned a group of workers from Equity Bank, where they have been questioned on that matter. With that, here's a case concerning the Aror and Kimwarer Dam. Just go and ask a 2-year-old boy in El Ram. He will tell you about that. That's now the second one. You said, yes, you say Ruto has been a very important factor in the election or in the win of the election of the 2013 and 2017. In fact, I think you have forgotten that those 2 elections has never been won. The victory has been stolen from us. Then, what did Ruto did? The victory was ours. They have stolen from us in 2013. They have stolen from us in 2017. Na sasa risasi imebaki moja. Risasi Abu lost that. Risasi na hiyo moja itapiga nani? You should know that. Okay, you'll give me another chance to conclude the discussion.
Nani? Nani? Tufunge sio?
No, you'll give me 1 minute after Mahbub responds, then I will conclude. Then we call it a night. I know you want to talk.
But just
2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes.
You know, thank you. Yeah, you know, I don't want to respond, but it's all about party in short. Now, my party in short is, first of all, I thank you, Mr. Moderator, for coming up with this great candid discussion. We thank you. Number 2, you know, politics in this country has got its own dynamics, and it's upon all of us as voters to choose the best And according to us as Hasalas, we say Ruto is the best. You know, maybe to respond to some of our narrow-minded speakers here, like Mr. Mahmoud, you know, he just told us that the guy has been implicated in different cases, Aurora and Kimarer. You know, everybody should carry its cross. Even just the same case, the same way Mr. President has said, kila mtu atabeba msalaba wake, na hakuna mahali yoyote, or there is nowhere on earth that the deputy president has been taken to the court just because of corruption issues. You know, all, you know, whatever he's saying was hogwash. And na alisema ya kwamba risasi imebaki moja, na hiyo risasi itanasa Raila. So I thank you, Mr. Yusuf, and maybe for those who have offended, please, you will forgive me in giving my points as far as the topic of the day is concerned. And the truth of the matter is that the security of our deputy, just the same case, the same way Mr. Atoli has said, the security of the deputy is paramount, and as per the constitution, it should be protected. Do not respect the name, but respect the institution of the presidency. Currently, he is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and he deserves due respect. So the government should respect him. Maybe for 2022, we'll discuss later on. But as of now, after all, the way he has been saying is there is no project that Uhuru Kenyatta has given him and he has failed. And that is what he is proud of. But just because of the political issues, his position has been taken by, you know, Mr. Matiang and the cocoons. So generally, let's respect him, and let's pray for peace. Let's pray for peace of this country, and I'm pretty sure that the DP will emerge victorious. Viva! Thank you very much, Mr. Yusuf.
Thank you, Mr. Kataga. Usichukue sana bana.
Okay. I will just conclude because I don't need to respond to people who use Wanjiku as a stepping stone to cling to the highest office in this country. Mr. Abu tell us that the security of the deputy president is paramount. The question I'm asking, and I'm not expecting an answer, is, did the government took away the security from the deputy, or they just do some normal changes? Anyway, I thank you, Mr. Yusuf, for giving us this opportunity to give our 0.5 cents of opinion toward the political heat that's in this country. If I thought the deputy president, will make to the ballot, despite the heavy cases that are in court, I don't think we will make it. The only thing that the deputy president is he will just make it to committee, not make it to the ballot. That's my thinking is that, and I hope we'll be having more and more discussion on this platform to talk about more things that are happening around us.
Thank
Baba,
you, Mr. Kasim.
Baba, Baba.
Thank you. We respect the views of each and every participant, and we are very grateful for taking time, discussing, and giving your views and thoughts on the matter. Thank you. I will welcome you and write your names in my board of debaters, and I will inbox you when we are ready with any topic. Especially, we have started just with the issue surrounding our sub county, but I choose to go outside just because there is a lot of feelings, misunderstanding, or misconception about us physically. But we want to see those who are in forums talking something else to come face to face and tell others what they want to say. But unfortunately, we could have not get them. We have not managed to get to them. But we will engage them to come on board and give us all those instructions in the inboxes and in the forums to give us face to face here and inform maybe friend to tell a friend as a mode of delivery or mode of advertisement, so that we'll get more participants when we have a crucial point of discussion. Thank you. I really appreciate your effort for tonight. Thank you.
Yang tipo beda terasa.